1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hasenbeck Incorporated. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take.
You almost talked again. Because I heard you say, whoa.
I was just going to say, we need to get the Happy Days theme.
Oh, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to, things haven't been so happy lately. I don't know. So I'm curious. You sent me a text this morning. Did you want my opinion on what my thoughts were? Or were you just
I'm just trying to get you a little chuckle in the morning.
Oh, gotcha. I did. I have reasons why on everybody that you sent, but we won't talk about that because we don't talk about politics on this podcast.
No, we decided many moons ago. Did you like the comedian I sent you?
I didn't get a chance to watch him. So I will do that here probably after the podcast.
Yeah, don't watch it around the kids.
Well, yeah, a couple of them probably.
But he'd be a good comedian to go to, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha.
So big news, you got us a guest for Monday, right? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
The words that were coming out of your mouth?
Yes, or out of my email or text or whatever it was.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, the North Dakota has a gentleman on Facebook that he has a page that says Blast to the Past. So it brings back I don't know if he does it every day, but he brings back different things every day, like from 1982. So he shows a bunch of, he's got like hoopsters, he's got pictures, he's got like newspaper articles, all that stuff. So it's kind of cool. I know he goes to a lot of sporting events, so he's one of those guys that you see at every sporting event probably in the whole state. He just doesn't go to games in Hettinger. He goes to
Hettinger or Bismarck.
That was like rugby.
Okay, cool. Yep. Well, that'll be interesting. So he's probably got a lot of good stories to tell. He's probably seen a lot of good games. Now, are we talking like high school games, or are we talking like
high school games? Yeah.
School. Not college, not like Bismarck State.
Nope. No, I don't think so. I think it's all high school. I'm sure he might have some that he'll dabble in.
Okay.
Haven't used that word in a while.
Yeah. It's a successful podcast when you can use the word dabble.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, so what happened in between the 2 days here? You've been a busy man. You haven't snapped me. You barely. I'm like,
kept the streak alive.
Yeah, for sure. But
no, it's been tonight's kind of an emotional day in the Dick's household. We've got senior night.
Oh boy,
for girls basketball.
Okay.
So that's tonight. It's not the last home game because we had some cancellations, so we've got 2 home games coming up afterwards. But tonight will be senior night for the 3 seniors that I've coached for quite a few years and broadcast for. So tonight.
Yep. And then you got the Wizard of Iz coming up, and then before you know it, that's going to be all done. And then
I know.
Then we can.
So yesterday, I was busy all day, and then went to practice in Scranton. On the way home, I had to do a Zoom meeting on the bus from 6 to 6:30, and then I got here at 6:30, and I had the 6th graders practice till like 7:45. During that, we're going up and down. All of a sudden, Izzy starts grabbing her back. And now this morning, she's like, I don't know what I did. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they have a tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
So
chiropractor.
It's always something. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But
it is. So, well, we got good news. Lily did not break her collarbone. So
I said that's good. Good news.
So she is just going through a whole lot of physical therapy right now with her trainer at school. She was showing me kind of some of those stretches she was doing, and I can't do them. I can't do them to begin with, anyways. No.
Well, you get halfway. It's kind of like me. It's like you get here, you're like,
yeah. So, but she's got a big soccer tournament down in Phoenix, and we asked the doctor yesterday, will she be able? And he's like, oh yeah, she'll be better by then. So,
and when's that? You're going under that?
Yeah, that's last weekend in March. So,
okay.
Unless she has a setback, and she's got an indoor soccer game this Sunday against a team that they always have a good game. She knows some of the girls on there, and so she really wanted to play in that one, but she's like, I just don't think I should because I don't want to get injured more. She just wants to heal. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thinking athlete there, like, no, I think I need to heal. And then her team after that is going snow tubing. And so
Oh,
and she says, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to that either.
yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah. So,
No.
that's exciting. She's kind of taken charge of her rehab and says, I'm going to rehab it. And I do think she's done wrestling like altogether. I just don't think, I don't know. The emotional part's there right now. And I we'll see. I think, we'll see what she feels in the next couple of weeks here on what to do. So I forgot to mention, I am actually remote today, so I don't know if you can hear the background noise.
I can hear that. I think you were unstable there for a little bit too. You froze a couple times, but
was I? Okay, yeah. So I am.
You continued to talk, which was a good thing.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm at the Rochester Athletic Club today, kind of working a little bit, and then hopefully get a workout in. But we'll see. Just depends on how long we talk.
I don't know. I think you set up off pregame. I don't but I won't tell anybody. We can edit that part out.
As long as I got this, Nolan, it's a good workout.
Exactly.
And my shoulder still lets me get it. My shoulder still lets me get it to my
yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
So big news yesterday out of LA. And if I remember correctly, there was a guy on this podcast that said Harbaugh was going to go to the Chargers as soon as Brandon Staley was fired. And do you know who that guy was?
Well, I think 75% of the country knew that Jim Harbaugh was going to the Chargers, but hey, good call. Good call.
Huh? You said he's not going to the Chargers. So you're in the 25%.
Well, I think you started off initially with Bill Belichick going to the Chargers.
And
then you changed to Harbaugh. Then you went Belichick to Atlanta. You've been plugging Atlanta for a while.
Yeah, I still think I've been reading a lot that Kirk Cousins, Bill B to Atlanta. That could be a pretty good thing. So, okay, sounds good. My ride is just waving at me. She's leaving for Costco, and then she's going to come back and yeah.
Well, and then I read today that Bears could be pursuing Cousins, is what I read today.
Did you really? Okay.
But I mean, how many different things do you read on Facebook, X, everything else?
Right. So would you like Cousins? I think that would be a good one. And then draft Caleb Williams and let him sit.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, how do you draft Caleb Williams and have him sit? Then you'd be scrutinized there. I mean, it'd be like, wow, the most generational quarterback to come out and you set him behind a quarterback. I don't think you can do that. You don't want to rush him, but look at all the quarterbacks that are being rushed now.
Right. Yeah. So what was I reading as well? They said that the Vikings were looking at Saquon Barkley, that the Vikings were. And I'm like, really? Am I frozen again?
Nope.
Okay. You're looking down at something.
I was reading something from your GM, but
what did he say?
Well, he made a lot of sense. I mean, it's something that we don't hear every day. If we're going to take a quarterback, it's going to be someone we love, or we're not doing it.
Yeah, that's you just don't take one just to take one.
No, right, you don't take one and go, I don't really like this guy, but we got to take a quarterback. No,
that was your GM or my GM?
Yours.
Quezzy.
Yeah, is that what you just call him, Quezzy?
I don't know.
Pronounce the rest of it.
I don't even know if that's right. So he is. He's kind of the real deal. He's kind of like Terry Ryan was with the Twins. He kind of tells you like it is. And, never really, I don't think he really BS's anything, but I still think
the first couple years though, hasn't he?
He hasn't drafted well.
Yeah, he hasn't drafted well. And there's been a couple moves that they're thinking.
Well, the Davenport signing is like, everybody's angry about that. And the guy got hurt. I mean, I don't know.
And right now the quarterback situation, tried to roll with, the Dobbs move. I don't know. I don't know if I would even have thought of that move, but I'm not a GM. So
yeah, I don't think Flacco would have done what he did with the Browns if he would have came to the Vikings. Honestly, I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's JJ was out. I just think get everybody healthy. And I hate the term run it back, but run it back with what they got next year. And maybe get a running back. I'm just saying. Would Barkley be a good fit? Absolutely. Will they get him? Probably.
This morning, Bears are one of the top landing spots for Barkley.
for
That's what I
Barkley,
Yep.
and they said the Vikings were too. So we'll see.
Well, yep, there was like 5 teams, and it was like Bears. Vikings were like 3 or 4, but
Were they okay?
that's all who wants to pay him. I mean,
Right. Nobody
where he
wants to
wants to
pay
go.
running backs anymore because they're hurt.
and then they're talking Chase Young could come to the Bears.
Oh,
to
where's he at right now?
Washington. He was the
Oh.
one that. Oh no,
I thought-
no. He
No, they
wasn't.
trade. Yeah,
Yeah.
they traded him.
He left. Sweat came to the Bears, which everybody thought we were going after Young, but then all of a sudden Poles pulled the trigger on Sweat, which was this year anyway, probably the best. But I think Young's going to be a free agent.
I think Young is done. I just don't think he has the desire to play anymore. Isn't he playing with the Niners right now?
Yeah, but I don't think I haven't heard his name very much.
See, yeah, nope, I'm with you on that. So, all right, but that part's coming up. Free agency. That's always a good time. So we'll have more to talk about that. Yeah,
That's like
so,
the
all right.
second Super Bowl.
Okay.
Kinda.
Well, let's hop into our picks for the games this week. What do you think?
You bet. Let's
Yeah,
put up those.
Put up the numbers there. Yep. And then just so you know, we're gonna go $500 a game, and we're
You
gonna
have
make
too many zeros on yours, don't you? That too many
No,
zeros?
I don't think so. I
think it should be 1300.
Maybe after this week it will be. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna go $500 a game.
$500
Plus-
a game, and we're gonna do the over under at 500
over-under.
a game. So
we're putting $2,000 on that. I could be
On
down
these.
to 3,300.
yes. So since you're the low man on the totem pole right now in the money wise, we will talk Lions 49ers. What do you want to talk about first? The over under, or do you want to just make both picks right away?
Let's do the over under.
Okay. The over under is 51 and a half.
And you have yours all written down?
I do. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to go through my stuff that I prepared?
No, it doesn't matter. What, do you have something to say about the game, or do you just want to go, hey, I'm taking them this?
Well, I'm just gonna here's some things I did a little research, and this is more on the point spread, but it kind of entails the what do you call it? Over under. Sorry. The last 5 games they've played, the 49ers have beat the Lions pretty handedly by like at least 15 points in each game. The last time the Lions beat the Niners, Blaine Gabbert was the Niners quarterback. Do you remember Blaine Gabbert?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay. So with that, and then the Lions defense gave up over 400 yards last week to the Bucks. And I don't think the Bucks has a super powerful offense. Granted, it was garbage time, I think, with Detroit coming back. I mean, it was close. I shouldn't say garbage time. It was a close game. But there's a fact out there that San Francisco has not covered the spread in like the last 4 games in the playoffs. And during the season, they had a losing record when they were favored by 7 or more. So with all that information brought together, Nolan, I am going to pick.
Now they're 6.5 now.
Is it 6.5?
6.5, it says. Yep, that's what. Or is it 7 now?
It was
It might be
7 when I looked this
7
morning.
now. Okay.
Yep, it's at 7. So I am going to take the Lions to cover, but San Fran wins this game 28-23, which means I'm taking the under by a half a point.
So what'd you say the score is going to be?
28-23, and I had that pick before you said let's bet the over under. So that's 51 points. So that means I'm going under. I'm taking the Lions to cover and under.
Okay. I'm taking the 49ers at -7. I'm going to throw all your stats out the window, and I am going to go the over.
So were you thinking the other way? Because I heard you say, "Oh crap."
Well, no, the 40. I had them picked -7. I had a -6.5, and I'm going to stick with the -7 because I think 49ers are going to get up, and I think they're not going to. But I did have under initially, but they're going to score some points.
Okay.
Whether Detroit scores 20 points or not, I don't know, but I'm going to take the over 51.5.
Okay. You got a final score on the game?
Hey, might as well, huh?
Yeah. If you're going over, make sure your number's over.
Yeah. So I'm
51.
going to go 34-21.
Okay. Wow.
San Francisco.
Well, that's what I figured. So, okay. Well, you start off
Is that
with
what you figured?
yeah, I would hope so. So go ahead and you can start off your spiel with the Baltimore Ravens and the
All
Chiefs.
right. I don't have much to say about this game, but as you can see, as my name says, underneath my name, it says, don't bet against the Chiefs. I won on them last week. I took the underdog down in Deadwood. I took them here. I'm going to take them as a favorite, though. They are favored, right?
No.
Baltimore is. So Chiefs are the underdog. I am going to ride the underdog train with the Chiefs. They're going to win +4. And I just think, I'm not going to say any names, but I think everybody's going to be dancing in the stands when they put up a 31-14 win over the Ravens. Lamar Jackson goes from, hey, I'm turning my playoff career around to back to, he may score a touchdown or two. He may throw one and run one, but I think that's going to be it. I don't think the Chiefs are going to, I think there's going to be like 3 interceptions. I'm going to write that down. 3 INT for Lamar.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the +4.5 or +4 and the over of 44.5.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
I'm an over guy.
yeah, I see that. And I will say I'm going to go over as well. So I got that. But the Chiefs have won the last 3 of the 5 games. And Lamar Jackson has played in all 5 of those games. So I know that he's been hurt a lot. But so does that make a difference in the game? The Chiefs are undefeated this year, Nolan, when they are an underdog of 3.5 or more. And they're 1-0. So the only win they have was against the Bills last week. So I think Baltimore covers. I think it goes above the spread, and I'm going to take it 26-17 in favor of the Baltimore Ravens.
So Chad says 26-17 Ravens. And you said what for the 49ers?
The 49ers is 28-23.
So you're turning this thing into a field goal thing, or is there going to be a safety in there somewhere?
The 26, it's a field goal.
The 23.
For
the 49er game, you have 28-23.
Yeah, you can field.
You have a bunch of field goals, or do you? Are you
well, yeah, because I don't think Detroit's going to be able to score on them. They're just going to kick some field goals. I think they'll move the ball, but they just won't be able to get it in.
Okay,
that's my thoughts.
Okay,
so that
not going to call out a safety.
It could lead to me taking the Detroit kicker in our picks here for playoffs. You never know, brother.
Yeah, you know what? He's going to be outdoors, so it could be a little different feel for.
And I forgot to bring that up. Detroit's outdoors, so I think that's why the Niners are going to win. But I think the Lions will cover. I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people think. So,
yeah.
So there's that.
All right,
brother.
I can't catch you this weekend, but I could inch closer.
Yeah. I wanted to take the Niners all the way through, but I don't know. If Samuel's out, it's going to be a little bit more tough, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I think 49ers still have the firepower. All right, so let's go to our games here that we're going to pick for our teams, the players.
Yeah, we're betting no money on whatsoever.
Okay, I'll bet you $100.
Deal.
Hey, let's go 1,000. I'll bet you 1,000 on it this week.
Okay. All right. I'm running short on money, but hey, it's at the
$1,000, brother.
Okay.
You want to go 1,000?
I'll go 1,000.
Okay. You're better at this than I am. You're better at this than I am. I will fully admit it. I don't know.
And that leads to, I see what you're doing. So when you beat me by like 30 points, you go, yeah, I had you. Real the end. Yeah. Well, I'm going to start McCaffrey right away. I'm picking McCaffrey as the number 1 pick. We flipped for the who got the draft pick. I won the coin toss. You picked heads because, as we all know, tails never fails.
I picked tails.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's right. I won heads.
So,
I told you, heads always win. Okay, I'm going McCaffrey. I'm going
You're
McCaffrey.
going CMC. Okay, he pulls out. I'm gonna go Gibbs from Detroit and Jackson from the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to go Mahomes.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Kelsey.
Ooh. Taylor Swift's boyfriend. All right. Well, then that makes me take Kittle as my tight end. And then I am going to go St. Brown as my receiver. I guess I didn't need to take Kittle so soon, but I'll take him.
I shouldn't have taken Kelsey so soon, but
Yeah.
it helped me that you took Kittle, so I guess that's
Yeah.
all right. Let's go. I don't know. I'm gonna go tough this week.
It is. I was looking at this and I'm like, I can't.
I know. I was like, who are the
Like the lineup we can put together. I'm like, that would be my line.
yeah.
Are you going to Rick Spielman this one? And I'm going to come in and take my next two picks.
No.
The
No,
timer's going to quit. You got a
There's
minute.
no timer. We on a
You got a minute, boy.
All right. So I'm gonna go Flowers.
Tay
Just the
Flowers.
fact that they're gonna be coming from behind, and
Okay. And what else? You got another pick after that.
I took Mahomes. Didn't I?
Well, you went McCaffrey, Mahomes, and Kelsey, and then you just picked Flowers. Now
Flowers.
you got one.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
I gotta go back to back.
Well, yeah. That's the snake draft.
The snake draft. I know. Oh boy.
You have given up your pick. It's my turn.
Oh,
Have you?
not. I'm gonna go Ayuk.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I'm gonna take Pachero for my second running back.
Now, if you say their name wrong, do you get them?
Sure.
Pacheco.
Bernie Pacheco.
It's not Ranchero.
Yeah. And then and I'm gonna take the Rice guy from Kansas City.
Rice from KC.
He's a wide receiver. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard anyway.
That's what you heard. Well, I'm going to take the second running back from Detroit, Montgomery.
Okay.
And I'm going to go 49er defense. I will leave the Detroit kicker for you.
I actually am going to take the Ravens defense, and I'm going to take Justin Tucker as my kicker.
Gonna settle for 3 points, huh? Or two extra points.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'll go 49er kicker.
Okay. You don't even know his name. Just give me the 49ers kicker.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You'll be all right.
All right.
As long as he's not on the injury list, that's all I care about.
Right on. So, thoughts on the base? You want to talk more football, or are we all done? Should be. I think there'll be two pretty good games.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like you're saying both of them are going to be blowouts by your point.
Yeah, because I would pretty much went with San Fran, and I have Flowers in Montgomery, but Moody is the 49er kicker.
Josh. Hopefully he's not moody that day.
Never is. Solid.
Yeah, solid kicker. Solid. No Robbie Gould, but that's what it's all about.
And we never came up with a 6-pack this week.
Well, because we did one earlier this week, but we could probably make one up quick, but we're almost at 30 minutes. And so want to talk about Baseball Hall of Fame, Mr. Mauer?
Yeah.
We kind of had some discussions on that yesterday. Yep.
Three quality honorees that went in, Joe Mauer, Todd Helton, and Adrian Beltre, which Beltre was one of my favorites when he was playing.
Is he the one that don't touch the top of his head? He'd get all mad when you touch the top of his head.
Yep. He was a Dodger. He was a Dodger at one point.
Was he? Okay.
Yep. Helton was a Dodger killer sometimes.
Yes. So we had talked yesterday, and that was like one of the only times we talked between podcasts. And I remember when we were talking about Helton before that, we didn't think he was Hall of Fame worthy because of the Colorado numbers per se. You know, you get up into the higher altitude of Denver, and things just go out quick. But I thought he was a pretty good player. Didn't he play for the Mets too? I think.
I think not very long though.
He went somewhere, but
it was basically all Colorado, and he was a fan favorite. He was one of the studs in Colorado for. I think he was not one of the original, maybe, but he was.
I think they've been around longer than what he was.
A little bit, yeah.
Not much. Were you surprised by Mauer's low total of the?
I was. At first, I thought he'll be up in the 80 percentile, and then the last few ballots that came in dropped him to like 76%.
Yeah, I mean, he just barely squeaked through. So that's I was on X this morning, and I was reading some things, and some people say he's overrated, and some people think he's this, and some people think he's that. I don't think what people realize is he was recruited for Florida State to play football. Yeah. He could have played basketball anywhere he wanted to play. The guy's just an overall stud athlete. I mean, he had all the tools. Yeah.
And all the Hall of Famers get votes as well.
Yes.
But my frustrating thing about that is, there's 24% of the voters that didn't vote for Joe Mauer. Now, what percentages of that is a Detroit Tiger sports writer, a radio guy, a Chicago White Sox? I mean, there's a group of guys that are voting on this that darn well go, he was a rival.
Yeah.
He was good, but I don't like him.
So if you had that vote, would you do the same thing?
No, I've had votes like that. We vote on Hall of Fame here, and it's like,
okay.
I mean, you got to look at what he's done. I mean, when there's sports shows saying this guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and then you've got some guys that don't even put him on there. It's like, so what are these guys thinking that everybody else is thinking it's a no-brainer,
right,
going into the Hall of Fame, and then 24% of them don't vote for him?
See, like I'm just trying to think of somebody that I just, like you said, hates is a terrible word. So I dislike Barry Bonds. Yeah. But I think if I had a vote for the Hall of Fame, I would vote for Barry Bonds. I would, even though, there was some.
But you see it in MVP races.
Yeah.
You see, there's a guy with, say there's 40 votes and there's 38 unanimous. And there's two guys that voted for one guy that probably shouldn't even been in. It's kind of like, okay, so that guy's a homer, and he did it just because he didn't want LeBron to win it, or
sure.
Which I don't agree with that. I think if you got guys like that in there, they shouldn't get a vote.
Right.
You don't ever know who it is, because I think they're all a
lot of guys will publish. Yeah, a lot of guys will publish who they voted for.
Yeah,
and it'd be interesting if you could talk to one of those guys that didn't vote for Mauer, and what would the reasoning be? And I'm sure they've got I agree with you. I think people probably say, well, because he played for the Twins and I'm a Detroit guy,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they have the political answer too of like, well, he only averaged 10 home runs a year, 10 home runs and 60 RBIs a year, through his playing.
Yeah.
So is that good or is that bad? I mean, I guess
Yeah.
I don't understand that point, but I don't know. I thought he was a pretty solid ball player, and I think he deserved the Hall of Fame. So congrats to him, and congrats to the other two gentlemen as well. So
They do have an article out that says Joe Mauer in the Hall of Fame, who voted for him and who didn't. I get partway to the article and says, for $2, you can read the rest of the article.
yeah, well, of course.
And that's the Star Tribune. So I don't know if you have a free subscription to the Star Tribune.
I do not. The only subscription I have is to my local newspaper, just so if the kids make the paper, I can cut it out and save it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a few articles in there.
So it says he was elected by 4 votes.
So he made it in by 4.
Yep. And Billy Wagner missed being elected by 5 votes.
By 5 votes. I think my pops has a Star Tribune. I'll have him I'll probably have to go over there, but I'll tell him to try and send it to me. I'll tell him to copy and paste the article and send it to me.
There.
But
I mean, to be curious,
that's a lot of work for an 85-year-old man, Nolan.
Yeah, that's true. But it would
Why
be.
do you
I
want
would
me
be curious to if there is a list of 10 guys that did not have them on the ballot, didn't vote for them.
Just to see where they're from. That's your
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
basically, I've seen the ballot and it has the names right on there, so they just check the box. So it's the guy that goes, and I look at. We have a sportscaster, sports writer Hall of Fame, and when the ballot gets sent out to talk about them, it's alphabetical order. So if you're Abrahamson, your name's on the top. So do you get, the first 5 or 6 guys, and all of a sudden you get down? Does it go? Well, geez, I've already voted 4 guys in. Do I want to vote for anybody else? And there's a guy down, Mr. Zimbabwe, down in the bottom that's not going to get a vote because he's last on the ballot. Does that happen?
Well, and I think I couldn't go and I'd have to go through the whole list first. And that's just me. Yeah. I'd go through the list and say, I mean, obviously if your name was on there, I would pick you if I was voting for that because we're pals and all that stuff. And that works to your advantage, but I would
probably both get with our alphabetical names.
Right.
We'd get the early votes. We'd be in because our name started with D.
But I think and if they are voting like that, I think it's kind of crappy that they do that. Yep. So that's just my thoughts. But,
well, and then you get to a point too. It's like when there's 25 guys on the ballot. I mean, now we're talking, there's people that are upset that these 10 didn't get in. It's like, okay, but if you put in 25 guys every year into the Hall of Fame, now it becomes a point of, well, if we're getting on the ballot,
Hall of Fame,
it's so watered down that, but
no, I get you. So how many are on like the North Dakota Broadcasters Hall of Fame? Like, is there like 10 guys every year?
Yeah. And I think there's trying to think of the rules because I missed the rule part of it last night because that was the Zoom meeting.
Oh, gotcha.
So you have to have 30 years in North Dakota active, and then you're eligible for the Hall of Fame. So you can go to the Hall of Fame, but still broadcast for another 15 years.
Are you getting close, my friend?
I am actually on the first year ballot. Yes. Yeah. So, but there's guys on there that are on there for the final time. So it's we do it kind of like the Hall of Fame. If you're not voted in, and I don't know how many times you're on the ballot that you're taken off.
Yeah. So
I think there's a certain amount of times, and then there's I don't know.
So you can answer this question offline, but I just want to ask you. You know what question I'm going to ask? Aren't you?
I don't know.
Will you vote for yourself, or aren't you allowed to vote?
I don't know if you can. I don't know.
I missed that part of the meeting.
I did. I'll have to set it. Okay, can I vote for myself? I know for like the Sportscaster, Sports Writer of the Year awards, you can't vote for yourself.
You can't.
So I'm thinking Hall of Fame is probably the same thing. I'm thinking it's pretty sure. I might just vote for myself and see if it works. Hey, by the way, your ballot was thrown out. No,
it's an illegal ballot.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know if you can or not, but I know in the Sportscaster of the Year, you can't You can't nominate yourself. And you can't vote for yourself.
This is Dolan Nix, and I would like
Yeah.
to I would like to nominate Nolan Dix.
I'm gonna nominate. You can nominate 3. I'm gonna vote Nolan Dix, and Nolan Dix. That's 3 votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nolan Dix Jr. He's
Yep.
a junior out there. So
There you go. Yeah. So there's a
Good
couple
for
guys
you.
on that just hit 30.
yeah,
Actually, this is my 31st year.
is it okay?
Yeah, we do it every 2 years, I think. So
Okay, well, good for you. That's pretty cool. Just to be on that ballot is
be
pretty
on
cool.
there.
Yeah. So, what's the farthest? Have you broadcasted in Fargo before, in Grand Forks and all that stuff, or what? What's the
we've had
furthest you've been?
farthest I've been?
Yeah, to broadcast the game.
Have to be probably Grand Forks would be
Okay.
for the state tournament. We went 2 years there, 1 year in Minot. I've been over to Fargo quite a bit for state wrestling. That's probably the farthest. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
To the other end, as far as I live on the western side.
Right.
So
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have a Hall of Fame guy.
Wear my
on a-
green coat. Yeah.
So what they give you?
No,
a
I
green
don't know. I don't think it's a green. No.
You get a free bowl of soup at any participating Arco gas station.
That
Is
could
that
be. Hey, I might have to bring that up in the meetings this June. And by the way,
I get a free Reese's Fast Break and a,
yeah,
and
for
a,
a year.
and a Simply Lemonade.
Yep. Set me
Well,
up.
good for you.
I'm gonna go.
That's pretty awesome, Nolan. I hope
Yeah.
you make it. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I would most likely have to come to that ceremony if you get invited. Is it like a
Yeah, if
black
I get
tie?
invited, yeah.
Is it a black tie affair?
No, I don't. I
You
think it's polo shirts and
You show up in your
Hey, we're
show up
going
in your
golfing.
Nighthawk. Yeah, you show up in your Nighthawk sweatshirt.
There you go. Yeah, since I'm a Nighthawk. Yeah. Well, tonight, funny you say that. Tonight, as we said, is senior night. It is
Yep.
also throwback night, and we got the girls. They're reversible jerseys. One side
Okay.
is Scranton Miners. The inside is Lady Devils from
Lady
the Black.
De-
So tonight we're in Scranton, so I got to round up a Scranton Miner coaching jacket somehow.
Okay, gotcha.
And then so we'll do that once a year. Next year the girls will do the Black Devils, boys will do Scranton, and
Okay, cool.
yeah, so it's kind of cool. When you get into co-op, we've been co-op for 13 years. We've been doing this throwback night for a couple years now, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Well, we'll have to maybe we're coming up on a year. We could probably do a throwback logo. Our
We
first
could do-
logo. Our
Yeah.
first logo we'll ever had. We could
Yeah.
throw that sucker
yeah,
out
you
there.
had that on the other day. Hey, I laid in bed last night, watched the little Monday's podcast. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty good. Well, I think
Yeah,
we had
we're funny, stupid sometimes. I'm
Oh
down. with
yeah. My favorite part was I don't ever swear on the air, bitch. Like, okay. All right. That was good.
it. So you sit there and laugh, and Cheryl's like, "What are you laughing at?"
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't in there. She was out watching TV, so I was
Oh, shit, okay.
I
All
was
right.
giggling and yeah.
It was kind of funny.
I think I laughed more at you than I did myself. Sometimes
I-
I'm like, God, did I really say
do
that?
the yeah, I do the same on my side. When I re-listen, I'm like, just
You're
you're like, what? You're
Like,
just-
why did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chad was funny today, but I was
Wow.
kind of didn't quite. Yeah.
yeah.
You
it's
seem
all good.
distracted over to the right here. What's going on over in the left side?
Oh, there's a bunch of I'm in it's called the market, and it's people coming in and ordering stuff. And then like I know people in this town, so like I've had a couple people come up and like, hey, let's go. And I'm like pointing at the computer, like
well, let's bring them on. I mean, come on. You got the portable mic to say, hey,
wait,
where are you from?
where are you from and why are you here today?
Hey, are you here to exercise? No, I'm just here for my fruit bowl and I'm going back to work.
Yeah. So no, they it's actually a pretty nice club. When you come down, I'll bring you to it. It's like one of the largest in America, is what it is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And then really nice pool, really nice outdoor pool, a lot of weights, 3 basketball courts, a tennis dome. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So kids still love coming here too. So that's the good part. They'll come and work out. And, they got a big, it's called the neighborhood. And that's where if your kids are under 12, you can drop them off while you work out and the kids just run around and get all their energy out. So, but yeah, it's getting busy and they're making smoothies and then people are like waving at me and stuff. So that's, figured, oh, well, we're going to get over it. Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what else you got today there, brother? Anything?
That's about it. What are we, Thursday? My week's been all goofed up because yesterday I thought it was like Friday. And the girl's like, no, it's only Wednesday, coach. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We have a game on Thursday. Got a game on Saturday. Got a double header on Saturday. Izzy's got a tournament also. I'll miss the 2 games on Saturday. Then I'll come back, and then I'll see the games on Sunday. So hopefully they'll win. But with that tweaked up back, I don't know. I'm hoping she's able to go this weekend. But
She's a stallion. She'll get out there.
Yeah.
She'll get out there. So
my question to you, Chad.
Yes.
If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? Yeah, you're looking for leave the yeah.
That's pretty terrible, buddy. Don't make me bring up the hot dog down the hallway.
Yeah, Chad, let's hear one of your jokes.
I'm not going to tell any jokes, my friend.
Oh,
Then I'd have to mark it obscene. So
you would, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we do an obscene podcast one day. We'd probably have more listeners than.
Well, I don't know about
grown-up stuff. A little too complicated to explain.
So right now we've got 2 people on. So if you're on, hey, shoot us a comment. If there's a joke you have, if there's just want to say hi where you live. The other night it was kind of funny. I was broadcasting, and we were up in Center, and there's around this time some parents take vacations, and so I'll say, hey, if you're listening out there, give me a shout out. So a lot of people have my cell phone, so I'm getting shout outs from South Dakota, somebody down in Colorado, and all of a sudden I get this one. Hey, we're listening in Maui.
No kidding.
Mom and Dad went down to Maui, and they were listening on the computer. And I'm like, sweet. Cool. I said, all the way down in Maui. So that's kind of cool when people do that. If you're like listening out there, shout out and say, hey, this is where we're hanging out from.
So Dr. Williams put a joke out there for you. You want to read it?
All right. What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhinoceros?
Elephino.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Right? Elephino.
Elephino. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Dr. Williams.
Good stuff. Good stuff. He must be on break between patients, right?
Well, I was going to say, he's listening. He would say, if Izzy's back is hurting, you should get them to a chiropractor because they can get them loosened up.
Even if it feels muscular?
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Dr. Williams? She's feeling.
Doesn't know how she did it.
It's a muscle.
She iced last night and says it's worse today.
Correct. So come to a chiropractor, and he will. Well, don't come to Aaron because it would take you about a day and a half to get here, and then a day.
We'd love to come out there and you give us a best friend discount through Chad, obviously. But no, yeah, I might have to do that.
Well, I don't know if you got local ones there, but they will take care of you. It's always a good feeling. Once you leave there, it's like you could run the race, and most likely a joint nerve and muscle issue. He can get it. They can get it realigned for you, so you're not like bending over. But you guys do you. I don't.
I'll just push her down.
I know
and see if she feels better.
Yeah, mechanical problem.
There you go.
That's what Dr. Williams. Yeah. So just tell her to quit being so dang aggressive. Try to tell her not just to be throwing elbows all the time.
I know.
She's a little stressed out.
Yeah.
Gets into those games and here's her coach yelling at her all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to do like a show of either doctor stuff or be nice to get like 10 people on here and get into a discussion.
We could do that. I'm sure Dr. Williams would hop on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who the second one. Can you see? You can't see who's on here, right?
Nope.
Unless they
live viewers. Somebody's watching us on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Which is wow.
Hopefully that's not.
It's probably you.
Going on here. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's popping up here. CM Decker is hosting.
Yep, that's you, brother. Nice work. So, now we got 4 viewers.
And I just jumped on, so that's 3. So I'm going to get off. That'll put us back
Now
to
there's-
3. So somebody else did jump
Yeah.
on. So
Somebody
if you're
did
on
jump-
here, shoot us a shout out. We didn't have any at the beginning, but go back, listen. We picked our NFL games, our NFL fantasy team. Finally, talked Chad into betting on it. Either that or he's reeling me in, saying he's no good at this stuff.
So by the end of the weekend, I could have won $6,000 of mythical cash.
Or you could be down to like $6,000, right?
Yeah, no, not
2,000,
that much.
3,000. You'd be down to 7,300.
Yeah, so I'm well in control.
Chad did put $1,000 on the fantasy players, which makes me suspicious now because the first 2 times wanted nothing to do with it.
I will say this for everyone to hear. I am terrible at picking players now because I haven't done fantasy football for years. And I've just never really when I did fantasy football in the back, I would look at what team they were going up against and what's their week 16 schedule look like. What's that defense? I mean, that's how I would draft, you know? And it was always,
You be ready because you could be a co-owner here in the next few months.
what I heard. Yeah.
Fantasy team. And there was just something thrown out last night. Like one of the ideas is to redraft every 4 weeks. So you split the season up into 4 seasons.
Oh, see, I don't know if I could do that. I thought I was just going to be the silent partner.
Well, you can be, but
Okay.
you know darn well once we get into it, you're gonna.
Yeah, I know it. That's what's
When's
scary.
the next draft after this weekend? Right?
Yeah,
Especially when we're like 0-3, it's like we got to
Yeah.
redraft our team.
we need to redraft. We're gonna fire the owners. Can you
know.
fire yourself? So
Oh yeah.
All right.
You can just all out quit.
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you can do that. So
Okay.
all right, my man. Well, my ride is awaiting for me outside of
Yes.
this lovely club here. So
Have
I'm
fun
sure
on
we'll-
Sunday.
yeah, well, we will
The
chat
NFC,
soon.
AFC Championship games, and we'll talk on
And-
Monday.
You got it. And then our guests will be on the Monday as well. So
Yes. Hopefully, I
All
remember
right.
to bring them on.
well, you might as well send him an email right now. You could make the studio up right now and send it to
Oh
him.
yeah, it's true.
And then he would have it, and then you don't have to think about it on Monday. So
Put it in his court when he forgets about it. It's his fault, not mine.
that's right. So
Either that or send it to him at 9:05. As we're already on. Hey, we're on, by the way. Hurry up.
hurry up and get on. So all right, my friend. So
Okay.
we will chat soon.
Sounds good.
Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons, hoping to find we're 2 of a kind. Make it a go, make it grow together.